Welcome to Financial Buzz Market Weekly. I'm RK Walker here at the New York Stock Exchange, bringing you a review of this week's stock market. On Monday, factory orders for February fell 1.7% compared to the previous month's 1.2% gain. On Tuesday, the trade deficit for February was worse than expected, coming in at $47.1 billion compared to the prior month's deficit of $45.9 billion. The ISM non-manufacturing index for March was 54.5 compared to the prior month's 53.4, pointing to solid growth in the service economy. The JOLTS employment report for February showed 5.4 million job openings, down 2.8% from the prior month. On Wednesday, the EIA petroleum status report for the week ending April 1st finally showed a drop in crude oil inventory, with the stockpile falling 4.9 million barrels. West Texas Intermediate crude jumped over 5% to $37.75 a barrel on the news. The Federal Reserve released minutes for its meeting last March, and it showed some internal debate with a couple of hawks pushing for an immediate rate hike. However, the majority were content to leave rates alone while global risks are monitored. On Thursday, jobless claims for the week ending April 2nd fell 9,000 to 267,000. However, the Japanese yen gained strongly against the dollar, and that spooked investors. The Dow Industrials ended the day down 174 points. After the market closed, Fed Chair Janet Yellen met with her predecessors on a panel and talked about monetary policy. She said she didn't consider last December's rate hike a mistake, as employment and inflation figures continued edging closer towards the desired target. On Friday, oil prices surged on hopes of a production freeze, and markets opened sharply higher. Now let's take a look at some stocks. Alaska Airlines will acquire Virgin America in a deal valued at approximately $4 billion. The newly combined company will operate approximately 1,200 flights per day. American Airlines, the world's largest airline, operates about 3,400 daily flights in comparison. Pfizer and Allergan terminated their planned $150 billion merger after the Treasury Department imposed tougher than expected new rules to fight corporate inversions. Pfizer was planning to move its headquarters to Ireland to avoid the U.S.'s higher corporate tax rates. Pfizer's chief executive has said his company is at a competitive disadvantage with foreign rivals who pay lower tax bills. Walgreens Boots Alliance reported second quarter fiscal 2016 earnings before markets open on Tuesday. The popular drugstore chain reported adjusted diluted earnings per share of $1.31 on revenues of $30.2 billion, which is an increase of 14% over last year. The increase in sales was helped by last year's acquisition of competitor Rite Aid. Tesla Motors announced Thursday that it now has received 325,000 orders for its Model 3, thus implying $14 billion in future sales. Earlier in the week, Tesla said it has received twice the number of pre-orders it expected. By the end of the week, the number was nearly 3 times expectations. While impressive, some investors raised questions about the company's ability to meet its increasingly challenging production goals. This is Financial Buzz Market Weekly. I'm RK Walker, and I'll see you again next week.